James Tomlin.
Mr. Paul.
We are back for a second season, or a second show, with the Cooler Corner podcast. Is it still a podcast? I think we kind of dropped the podcast element in...
I think it's just a general chit-chat now, isn't it?
Episode 5, I think, yeah. Yeah, magic, mentalism chat, life chat, could be anything. And so this chat is hopefully being recorded after some technical issues. This is... What's that?
We are not up to date on the old Zoom side of things, are we?
No, we're getting around Zoom. I'm not going to tell you, it might be illegal. So, we've got a new show.
We've not really used Zoom since the COVID days, have we?
No, I don't think I've needed to.
No.
So we've got a new show, James, and unlike last time where it was very last minute, we've got a title straight away.
We have.
What's the title?
Around 2 ideas, that was it, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, because let's just give some backstory on the title. We was obviously looking at each other's set and was like, right, what do we want the sets to say? What do we want to leave the audience feeling like, or whatever? And one of mine is creative and inspired to create. And James, over to you.
Mine was all based around feelings.
Yeah.
So obviously, in the area of things that we do, we hope to inspire different feelings, don't we? Like bewilderment, surprise, excitement, joy. So I think we both came to the understanding that both the things we're trying to promote is to inspire.
Yeah.
Hence the title, Inspire.
I can say that seemed like a really cool idea for the title. Inspire is the second show title.
Inspire. We was going to go with inspirational, weren't we? But
yeah. It's sort of the same vein, but it's not. But yeah, we're working on it. We've got majority of the set. I think we've got the set. We just need to work it in and script it and do all the fun bits with it. I know I have anyway.
We're going to start tomorrow, aren't we?
Yeah. So if this isn't technically the first podcast of season 2, then it will be tomorrow what we film.
Yeah. We got a busy afternoon.
Very, very busy. We could even record 2, depending how long we got.
I mean, I don't have a curfew, so.
Neither do I. I'm off on Monday. Anyway, do you know what we should do as well? Might be pulling the curtain a little bit here, but we created a creativity deck. I don't know if you remember that, James.
Yes, I remember that.
It's sat upstairs with the other decks, right? We should do it tomorrow and pull out the cards, and what we'll do is we'll pull out the cards separately and post it on our Instagram, but we'll do it at the end of the podcast so people can go over there, see which ones we've got, and we can kind of like, I don't know, react or something to the cards we've got. And then the next podcast, whenever that is, we'll perform the tricks. So, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so does that mean it's RIP to the ACAN ending the podcast?
I think so. I think we did it, even though we was talking about let's drop it, we did it in every podcast. Yeah. So, I reckon for a new season, we'll do something different.
I think it's nice to keep things fresh.
Yeah, and if every single podcast we've made a trick up, or at least in the creative realm, by the end of, I don't know, the series, it might not even... I think we only got 8, and then the 9th one was a post-gig review. So we've done pretty well to like get 8 episodes, and 2 of those was out doing street magic, and one of them was the update when you're showing those 2 girls tricks.
Yeah, I was watching them last night, and did we even post your footage?
No, not mine. It's really good. I really enjoyed the footage. Might be something we can put in a future one. Or I might just be able to edit it and whack it on Instagram. Or
I think we
YouTube.
should put a poll on Instagram saying, do we want to see Paul's footage?
Right, well, make sure you put age at the end of that, because you get some weirdos in it, and I'll pay good money for foot pictures and footage.
Footage.
The puns are back. Boom.
Foot pics.
Yeah. Nah, I reckon it's gonna be really cool. Like this time, we're not gonna be too. I wouldn't say naive, but we're going to be a bit more clued up on what to do. And I think the hardest thing, personally, is going to be finding the actual venue. Unless we just do it at Ape and Apple again, which I'd steer away if possible. So it's like, we're just not... Oh yeah, they do that, but they just do gigs at Ape and Apple. It was really nice to put us on there. So, yeah.
It was a nice venue, but we was talking about having an actual audience one rather than
like family, friends.
Because the first one was like friends and family, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was literally just
as nice as it is.
Yeah.
We want a vast different audience, don't we? Where it's like people we don't know, people who haven't seen the material before.
Yeah, that's it. The first one was just to see if the material worked and if it flew or flown nice. Yeah. And literally a way for us to audience test them. Because especially for you, like sticking people's hands together and stuff, you can't test that until you're there with an audience. Do you know what I mean? And you obviously know there's an effect that involves ripping a deck of cards, and I had never been able to practice that. I just knew the method, and it's like I can't practice this until I've got all them cards, and So there was
we have had chats about this.
Air of chaos.
We've had chats about it as well, haven't we? How like the material that we do, like, it's not the more tricky to practice, but it's a lot of things that you can't just sit in a room and
let's smash it out.
Practice,
yeah. I understand, and especially like I say, a lot of mentalism. We said that a few times on the podcast, haven't we? Like where they say about magic, if you don't really perform, you don't really rehearse magic, you're supposed to perform it, and it's not a performance unless there's an audience or something stupid like that. But especially with mentalism, you can know every avenue, you can know all the script, but you can't actually perform or rehearse it without performing it on someone. It's a bit backwards.
Yeah, you can only like we've always said it as well, like you're locked into a script kind of, aren't you? So you can practice the script as much as you want.
Yep.
But obviously it may fall flat because you can't actually work it.
Yeah.
But I did do a bit of performing today, like I said to you. I did a bit of performing.
Yeah. Do you want to share that with the podcast/video?
The podcast. So yes, I will. I did a 10 minutes. I did a version of the free will plot, which was in my last set, which I do love the free will plot, and that landed very well. I did an A card where you form any card and any number, and the card obviously was at a number, so I walked out my kitchen, walked back in, and the person I did it to was still stood there like 5 minutes after, staring at the card in his hand like that.
Stunned in silence.
He was very, very stunned. I was like, but it felt good to perform again, because I've not really performed properly in a long while. So
yeah.
Well, since the last show, I've not really performed much.
Same. And since the last show, life kind of got involved in it and got in the way. So we've not really done much since then. We had the show all ready to go. We did it. Audience tested it. We even went on episode 9 and said what we can change to make it better. And then life got in the way. And then now we've got back together doing it again. It's like, don't really want to just do the same show. Do you know what I mean?
Nah.
And also, James, word on the grapevine is someone said that we might actually be putting the full show on YouTube.
said that?
I don't know. Heard it on the grapevine. But there's a few things I'm a little bit like about doing that, only because some of the tricks in that set are being reworked for my new set. Just a few.
But maybe though, seeing as we're going to be adding the creative aspect to this season a lot more than we did in the first one, maybe it's good to put that on, and then people can find the creative differences if we put the second show on.
Yeah, there's not many creative differences. For example, paint. Yeah, there's no well, I nearly said some sort of method then, but you know the method to paint. It's not always the same card, so that trick's fine. I'm doing that again, as you know, but not in the same kind of context.
Yeah.
And the Power Ranger prediction, but again, I think as well at the end of the show, I put some rehearsal footage of me and you rehearsing that trick, and I think you picked the Yellow Ranger, and I'd obviously predicted it right that time, and I think that threw a lot of people because they're thinking, oh, it's just always green or whatever, and then seeing like the Yellow Ranger's like, oh, so it's not always green. And when we actually did it, your mate said, oh, I had to pick pink. It's
yeah.
like, you know. But yeah, there's a few tricks in there which I won't want people seeing, only because it kind of takes the impact off the second set. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if I may, seeing as you
No, you may
pulled
not.
the curtain back up. Okay, I want them. seeing as you pulled the curtain back a little bit earlier, I want to pull the curtain a little bit further because it's like a challenge.
Go on.
Well, not a challenge as such, but if we do put the second show on YouTube once we've done it, I want to see if people that obviously watch can notice where one of the tricks was inspired from.
The tricks are practically the same.
What?
The tricks are exactly the same. It's just people have seen them on the first show.
Because you know which one I'm on about. So in the second show, one of the tricks that's in my set is inspired from one of the creator trick challenges.
Oh, okay, yeah. I thought you meant you were challenging me to do something.
No, you know my set.
No, I've just had a really cool idea for a challenge though. It might be something more for me though, because I can't think of what you can do. We could take an existing trick, right? And we could study it. Obviously, you'll do like, I don't know, mentalism trick, even a card trick. You might be able to do that different in mentalism, and we could pull it apart. We could see what we like about it, what we don't like about it, and try and better it, quote unquote, better it, make it ourselves, remake it basically. I think that'd be a cool idea. Like remaking the trick or something. Do you know, like, I've shown you my Back in Time, Anna. So you've got Back in Time by Jay Sankey. And then you got, I think it's Out of Time. Let me think. Yeah, I think it's Back in Time. Then you got Back in Time by Josh J, who's inspired by Jay Sankey's version. And he has a few crazy moves in there that I don't like. And I spent about a week, pulled it apart. It had like 9 steps to it. I got it down to 7, cleaned it up, and mine's Back in Time, but the E on time is a 3. So it's like the third iteration of Joshua J's and Jay Sankey's. If not, I'll show you. I can show you on a podcast actually.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take that. But I do get what you mean though. So like, to say, for argument's sake, you took the ambitious card and you just rework it and added bits to it, took bits away, reinvented it for
a little bit.
Your own personal.
So kind of like, if you look at the ambitious card as an example, it would be like the gift, what I did. As you know, that's the ambitious card in their hands. So it is like, right, what don't I like about the ambitious card? Right, well, it's got to be in my hands. It's always, look at me, look at me. So how do you go, wow, how did you do that? And then you go, I don't know. It's like, right, well, that's your starting point. Now you work backwards. Now how do you do it where it looks like I don't even touch the deck? Now you work backwards. Do you know what I mean? You keep going back and back and back, and at the end you go, wow, that's really sick.
No, I do. I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yeah, I reckon that'd be cool. Like, yeah, we'll call it remaking the trick, or I can't say better in the trick because it's subjective, isn't it? And there's no ego.
Reworking.
Yeah, there's no ego on this podcast.
But I'm down for that.
Yeah.
So we got the creator trick. We got that one. That's 2 challenges. I like that.
Yeah, maybe like, I don't know. I reckon we should do more podcasts. Maybe like monthly podcasts for the tricks and weekly podcasts for the show, just to see where we're up to and keep it on track.
I mean, we're out on Monday, aren't we, as well? So we could potentially do a podcast then as well.
Depends where we're at.
It does.
It's not going to be Open Apple anymore.
I think the Open Apple is... we need to change our local podcast making spot now, don't we?
Yeah, I think they're sick of the sight of us.
I mean, I think we're sick of filming there now as well. It's like,
yeah.
Season 2.
Yeah, it's nice to have sort of like the Open Apple be the start and end all of the first show, because that is literally where it started, wasn't it? We was literally sat there going like, right, we need a show. Or had we... No, we wouldn't have rolled the show there. Maybe in the process of writing the show. And then I think it was because when we did the first podcast, the 0.5 podcast, I think you mentioned like, oh yeah, I'll just go and ask him. And when you come back, I thought he said, oh, it's 83 quid, or 83. And I was like, oh, 40, 41.50 each, that's alright. And you was like, what about? I was like, did you say it was 83 quid to rent the room out? He's like, no, I do it for free. I was like, for free? It's like mint. It's like, that's even better. Don't have to charge.
It's so funny an accent.
I know, but then you don't have to charge ticket prices, so we didn't have that stress for the first show. Which is why we only kept it like, friends and family anyway. Because we're not that level yet. We can't sell tickets yet. That's not. Nah. That's like, I wouldn't be happy doing that. But yeah, I reckon for the second show, we've obviously, we know what we're doing. We're a little bit more.
In the know.
What was that?
In the know.
In the know, yeah. We've both had experience now performing tricks that we've made up, or we've routined a full half an hour. I think you did 24 minutes, maybe. I did 33, but I went over a little bit. But yeah, we kind of...
No one's counting the minutes, are they?
I was.
We saw how long our sets were, so yeah, I think we're going to keep the sets the same length, aren't we, as well? So it's like 30 to 45 minutes each.
Yeah, we said 45 minutes originally, didn't we? And then I think when we was actually working it out, we're like, it's a lot, 45-minute show each for the first show. So I think we had it between 30-45 minutes, didn't we?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that was a nice sweet spot. I don't feel like I outstayed my welcome when we was performing it, or people got bored, which is the main thing. I don't think people got bored. But yeah, what would you do? What's like one thing that you would do in show 2 different to show 1?
I think I learned a lot in the first show.
I think
I learned about
the hard way.
Staging.
Go on.
So staging, mainly because obviously I think it was a big laughing point for us both, where I was showing my predictions on one side of the audience, so what I wrote down to one side of the audience first, so they're reacting, so rather than getting the full reaction at one point, I'm going, so this is what I wrote down, and
better question, how would you handle that differently in show 2?
I'd use the stage better, the platform where we're performing better. So when I'm writing something down, I could stand back and just like show it like this, rather than going.
Yeah, this is something. This is an important thing. Then let's jam on this for a sec. When obviously they don't know, but we had another camera set up to the side, which is my phone, by the way, and it was just like another camera, just so we had like a dynamic shot not over the shoulder, but like another angle. And some person, James, decided to stand right in front of it the whole of their set and didn't move. So you've got one camera shot now, but I think you also stood on the left. I'm not sure if it was because it's how we rehearsed it or anything. I don't know.
I think it was more because of how we rehearsed it, because we had the setup exactly how it was set up in your kitchen when we was rehearsing the show.
Yeah.
So I was always stood on this side of the table, so I feel like that's because I stood on that side of the table. Out there, I thought I did it. I think I did there. It could be other things, but I knew the camera was there. That's the thing.
Yeah, I don't think what as well, because obviously I was camera guy for your set. I think I moved the camera towards you, thinking you was just gonna walk around and I'd follow you, but I didn't, and you just stayed there. So really, if I'd have gone like coming in a bit and get your heater, you might have been a bit better. But regarding revealing information, because that was something, I think it might have been the 9th episode, because I have been going through and putting all the timestamps in and all the stuff in the descriptions, which obviously now look really good. And one of them was revealing information. I think it was when we was talking about this very subject. And if you was to say, like, if you had like the pad, for the free will. Was it free will if you had a little piece of paper?
Yeah.
If you're on the right, obviously, you was on the left, like when you're looking forward. If you took a step back, then people would have been able to see over your shoulder. So even if they are on the far side here, they could still sort of see it. And then all it is like the slightest turn to them. And it's not like this massive thing now where you're showing them. Do you know what I mean? Just take a step back.
Or a simpler thing would be just have a bigger pad.
Bigger pad, that'd have worked. Well, you did have a big pad.
I refrained from saying something then.
Yeah, you did have a big pad, but you forgot about that.
It wasn't even that I actually was going to refrain from saying, but you can all probably guess what I was going to say.
Well, you never know what you, James. Kind of crazy guy.
But yeah, that's one thing I do differently.
Yeah.
Reveal information to the whole audience rather than just 2 people at a time.
Yeah.
And use the stage more, move around.
Yeah.
I think the purpose of moving that whole set was to the middle of the table.
And back.
Yeah.
Yeah, move, that's a good one. I think.
And talk more rather than just.
Yeah.
I think nerves had a massive part to play in that, because I was, obviously, as you know, I was really nervous.
A little bit.
But this time around, I know what to expect.
Yeah, and if anything, the first audience was the easiest because it was friends and family. And didn't someone say to you, like, oh, we're all here, we just want it to go all right? And obviously, there was a built-in mistake in one of my tricks, invisible blackjack, and obviously you're supposed to get it wrong, and it's like, oh no. And when I did that, I played it off so well in the moment because Keller misunderstood what I said at the perfect time for me to reveal I'd got it wrong. And I was like, oh no, and I was like, yeah, I've kind of lost a bet there on a technicality because you didn't understand or whatever. And I think someone was like, oh, it's alright, just start it again, like they would say, like if you just try and show someone a trick and you mess it up. And I was like, nah, it's a bet's a bet. And when I revealed the reveal, it didn't get that boom, that punch. I think we spoke about that as well on one of the podcasts. But in the trick, it was really good how I kind of just latched onto like one thing, and it added to the actual trick. The audience's view of it. You know what I'm saying?
Added to the drama of the effect.
Heightened the drama. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think they're the main 2 things that I would obviously take from it is staging.
Yeah.
And just
No.
Like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? Like, people are not gonna like your material. People are not gonna like you. Like, you're not.
Yeah.
By the end of the show, you're still alive. You've not lost anything.
No. No one died.
Yeah.
And you have messed up now in front of people.
I have.
And was it scary?
A little bit.
But did you get over it in T-6 seconds?
No.
No, because when we was reviewing the show, episode 9, I messed up a handling in a coin trick and I nearly dropped a coin that I shouldn't. Right? I messed that up. There was the trick where Gary, Rob, whatever his name was, could have messed up the ending of the trick that I couldn't even rehearse, and it was all going well, and I knew everything was going well, and there was a little bit of audience management kicked in where he started dealing cards, and then it stopped where he wanted, and we had that card, and instead of him carrying on dealing, I just took the cards off him and just put them to the side, thinking, right, we don't need them anymore. And I wouldn't even have thought of doing that. I just thought 2 piles, push 2 out, etc., etc. But just the way he was, I thought, I'm not taking the chance. And when he did it, I was like, perfect. And then naturally just took the cards off him and was like, we don't need them anymore. You wanted this one or whatever, and carried on. And when I watched that back, I was like, that was really cool. I was well happy I did that. Natural instincts, performer instincts. But yeah, one thing that I would definitely do again is work on my scripting. Because even though scripts was like a really big part of mine, I do like scripting, I do like having like an engaged plot or something like that. I feel like I deviated from some of the scripts. And for me, it didn't really go the way I wanted them to, a lot of them. And I know like scripting was a big one for you as well, because we worked on scripting for your tricks a while. A lot. And the script.
I just wanted my device on charge. I do apologise, guys.
Oh, it's all good. I'll let you off this one time. But even like I said, the scripting on your tricks, I think 1 or 2 didn't have scripting, and when we watched it back, it was evident they could have done with scripting.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot of ums, as, souls, and everything. But yeah.
So, I like to free flow, but I don't think it works more there because obviously nerves.
Yeah, but if you think about if you're free flowing, right? I'd say this: if you're in a casual setting, say like today when you're showing your brother's mate some tricks, yeah. If that's a free flow, you've got no time limit. You can do what you want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're in a set and you know that this trick lasts 2 minutes of your set, then you can't really deviate from it unless you can kind of pull it back that quick. But yeah, there's nothing. It's not a bad thing actually being able to structure a trick, script a trick, and execute it. And it comes off.
No, I do agree with that now. And I did notice today that I stick now to a script more, like, and I say pretty much exactly the same in tricks since that point.
Right.
So it's like, obviously I found an A-can today, and my A-cans normally go with the same script since that point. But obviously, depending on which, I like to do an A-can, depending on which version of the A-can I'm doing, the only little bit that would change is the selection of the card.
Yeah.
So it's sort of sinking in. I did groan a little when we talked about scripts and my tricks for this one.
Yeah. But you have actually been writing scripts, haven't you? You sent me some stuff.
I have been writing scripts, yes I have.
The more you write it, delete a line or a word and you shorten it and you go, yes, all this, now I've edited down to 2 lines that just hit it on the head. And it's a lot more clearer to remember and visualise. Same for like paint. Do you remember? Oh no, sorry, not paint. Cassette. Do you remember the original script for that?
It was rather long, if I remember.
It was so elongated And in the end, all it was like, yeah, think of, if it's a heart, think of a love song, etc., etc. It's like, yeah, just worked on it, chipped away at it, and then you get all this massive script like this, and something had happened. You change the handling, and it changes the whole script, and it just goes, just condenses it, and it makes it a lot more clearer. It's just working on it and working on it and working on it. And you've got kind of like a leg up on that, because a lot of yours comes with the scripts. With
yeah, a lot of mine is just, well, pretty much everything on mine is.
Yeah, so it's just learning it or rewriting it in like your verbiage or your way of speaking.
Which was a thing that was in one of the effects in the last set of mine. And it goes on to another point which I need to do, is make sure I learn the script inside out and make sure I hit every key point in the script.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's what hindered me in the last set.
Yeah. We spoke as well about leading lines. Do you remember that?
Yes, I think vaguely.
So, in a nutshell, it's like if you have like a long script here, like a paragraph, it's either the last line or the first line of the next paragraph, where if something goes awry or you forget it or someone drops a drink and then the attention's taken away, it's that one line where you pull focus back to what you're doing and it carries you on where you're at. So it's kind of like it's a line that leads into the next thing or something. Or it could just be one line that you forget script and one line just focuses attention back here. Do you know what I mean? It might just be an idea like thinking of some of those, especially if you're going to be jazzing a little bit mentalism.
I did forget to tell you as well, actually, the one trick I did hinder it in the set, I did perform it today.
Oh, you did? You told me about this. Share
I
it
did
with the group.
perform it today, and the one little bit that sort of went awry in the set, I just went back and did it again. And it worked. It worked perfectly.
Do you want to share it with the group, or is it a
So,
secret?
in my last set, I was overly excited to be performing Midas Touch, and it went awry.
The Pete turns.
So I tried it again, and it went awry again. And I was really, really, I'd say I was devastated, to be quite fair, because that was the one trick I was absolutely over the moon to be performing, and I was like, I need to get this right, I need to get it right. And I think nerves, and I put so much expectation on that one effect to me performing it.
Yeah.
It just didn't happen. So I performed it today, and absolutely nailed it.
Boom.
And the excitement inside my stomach, I really wanted to jump down and like cry. It worked, but I didn't. I held it together.
But then you remembered you're the mentalist, and this is what you do.
It's what I do, guys, and it's like whatever.
Yeah.
But
Nah, sick, man.
I had people there, like, obviously, I had the children there watching me as well, and their little reactions were just priceless, and they like backed me up as well. It was like, didn't touch it, didn't touch it. I was like,
They have learned well.
yeah. But nah, I was absolutely buzzing that it works, and it was like.
But now, would you feel more confident doing that on a stage now?
I would.
Because the whole thing of that is just a script, isn't it?
A lot of the set now isn't what it was last time.
No.
It's more bigger, I'd say showpiecey kind of effects.
Yeah. Some really good stuff coming on.
A lot of hard hitting, make possibly go wrong kind of effects.
Well.
But that's why now I need to lock in and learn it cold.
Yeah, that'll help.
But I mean, I think we've both got a lot more hard hitting effects in the sets this time, though.
Yeah.
Because you've got a few in the locker.
Yeah. There's one that's going to work in theory.
Yeah. It'll work, don't worry. I don't know when one of your effects hasn't actually worked.
There might have been a few. you just don't know about it because I might have jazzed out of it. But no, I was lucky enough that the first show, nothing, like I said, I nearly dropped a coin. I played on Kelly's, misunderstanding. I played on that to get some sympathy from the audience, which got. I can't remember. Yeah, there's the trick with Rob. Everything went really smooth. Do you know what I
Rob,
mean?
whose name is not actually Rob.
Yeah, I don't know where I heard his name being Rob, but if you watch that show, I call him Rob 4 times, and I was like, right, come on, Rob, you won the game, and he comes up. Why would you go? My name's not Rob. What? He still answered to Rob.
I didn't realise until you actually showed it me back.
Yeah.
That you actually called him Rob.
I'm sure you said Kelly and Rob are coming, and I was like, oh, cool. I know Kelly, I don't know Rob. And then when I seen it, I was like, oh yeah, Rob, and he's like, yeah. So that's why I called him Rob. Then only at the end, he was like, Kelly and Gary. I was like, it's Rob, innit? Gary. Sorry, Gary Rob.
But the thing is, though, his name's actually stuck. The name Rob's actually stuck.
I call him Rob.
Since that day.
It might because he looked like Rob Zombie. That might be it.
I still don't even know who he is.
You don't know Rob Zombie?
No.
No, man. That was a compliment, by the way, not a negative. Rob Zombie's cool.
We don't slander people on this channel.
No, only you.
Unless you watch the podcast back.
If you play the backwards, you hear like the demonic me slagging you off or something. Play the audio back and it goes, James cannot do Midas Touch.
I thought we was a
like,
PG family friendly set.
James, play your scripts.
I'm gonna hear that in my sleep.
Good. Learn your script, James.
You're gonna be like the ghost from the Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
You're gonna come through the window and go, James, learn your scripts.
But like, how'd you get in the window?
I knew I should have closed my window tonight.
Oh man. Yeah, that's funny.
Since you've said that now, like you actually, how did you get from the window? And I'll lock every window. It's like Harry Potter in the Chamber of Secrets, have bars on the window and stuff.
Okay. You do know.
You're gonna tell me you've never seen Harry Potter, have you?
Yeah, I've seen Harry Potter. I needed to get to sleep to something.
That's not fair. It's a masterpiece.
That's not fair. Look at us slandering magicians again. Oh my god. Sorry, Harry.
We actually said to ourselves, right, before this.
How do you know what I said to myself?
Not between us.
Sorry, you mind reader. Sorry, yeah, obvious.
I just know. And if you don't know your own mind, I don't expect me to know it.
Ah, the classic one. All right. Go on. What do we say to ourselves, James?
We said to ourselves, we're gonna stick on like a subject and not get sidetracked.
Which we kind of have. There's the show, and like what we can do better next time.
The stipulations was stick to a script, stick to a subject, and watch your language.
Yeah.
And we've only done one of them things.
Who swore?
No one didn't win.
No, I said who swore.
No, right, I thought you said I swore there. I was going to say, but that's the only one that we've done.
What?
I thought we was going to be more professional in this one, Paul.
Professional?
No messing around.
What is that word? Did I swear or something?
No, we're not stuck to a subject.
No, we have stuck to a subject.
Here.
I thought you were saying I swore then or something. I was like, if I did, I couldn't remember it.
You swear when?
Every time I swear, an angel dies, so I just try and help the world. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's like saying I swear.
I have never, ever gone a day without hearing you swear. The only reason why I mention that is because I just don't want to go and edit through all the footage. It's like, God, when did he say that word? All right, we was talking about this, we was talking about that. You have to watch the whole thing just to catch the swear.
You know what I remember from one of the podcasts as well?
Are you going to talk about when the badge goes over your mouth? Every time you swallow?
The bird stroke counter.
No. I said I was going to put that on there. The first one had a ticker. I think it was 16 seconds until you said so. Do you remember?
That's the one.
I said I was going to put a beard stroke counter on, but I was not bothered about that. But also, I did touch on it before. Go on.
I was really self-conscious about that, right?
Because I mentioned it.
So, I don't know if you noticed it. Instead of doing a beard stroke, when there was a couple in there,
yeah,
I put my hands on my hips.
I didn't notice that.
I was like thinking to myself, right, my dog is stroking, but
these are the little isms, is that the word? Of what you do. It's a Jamesism. So you stroke your beard and you go, so. And every trick starts with so. So we was like, eliminate that and you look really cool. Do you know what I mean? The first question I asked anybody at that show was, does anyone collect anything?
Yeah.
That is a general thing, and Kelly collected Doctor Who stuff, you know what I mean? People collect Pokemon or coins or something, or, you know, like model cars. My mate collects model cars. And then I had a little bit of a back and forth with her then, and everyone might go, oh, I like Doctor Who, I'll have a chat about it. And you got like a little, you know, you're kind of getting people talking. And if I was to go, so, does anybody here collect? And it kind of just a bit like, I don't know if it's just me, because it comes out naturally for you. So like, you say it a lot as you're doing a trick. It might not actually be a bad thing for you. It's just, I pick up on it all the time.
Well,
and I even stop you, don't I? I say, right, start it again, and don't say so.
Yeah, you actually did in the last one to fight that quite a bit.
Just so it comes across a bit more thing. But that again goes to scripting. If you knew what you was going to say at the start, you're not going to say so, etc, etc.
In this one, I have said I'm going to start with a little monologue-esque speech.
Well, that is what a monologue is, isn't it?
Like, talk about feelings. And I have sent you the actual thing I'm going to say. I don't think you want one song there.
So are you just going to sit there with a piece of tree in your hand?
Like a bonsai sticking at the leaves. And then just talk.
So, a monologue.
That was
Good night.
bad. That was terrible.
You're just jealous because you didn't think of it.
I really want to end this call and have a log out of the platform.
Yeah, click the monologue button. Monologue out.
See, this is the root of all our problems.
I know, bad puns. Anyway, go on then.
Anybody watching these podcasts, right?
No one's watching it. That's the best part. This is our very own corner of the internet, as we say. People are going to find this who are destined to find it.
If you want some good, like, what's the word we'll call, good solid advice about magic and mentalism,
Just don't watch this podcast.
they're definitely barking up the wrong tree.
If you want some absolute amazing podcast etiquette from magicians and mentalisms, watch Chris Ramsey or something. Oh no, he does puzzles now, doesn't he? Someone else.
Yeah, he got
Craig Petter.
Bad time, didn't they?
Craig Petter.
I mean, he's not much better.
Well, if you like swearing.
Let me rephrase. He's a better magician and he knows a lot, but he's just as bad as us.
Yeah.
But he'd be a good night. He'd be a good person to have a night out with.
Yeah. Interesting. So yeah, monologue.
Monologue, yes. And I sent you the actual monologue over, and I believe you said it wasn't too bad.
Yeah. If that's the opening monologue as well, it's like a strong start, and it says it makes a statement for sure.
And it does have an actual quote in there that I found.
Thanks, Google.
And It's a really touching quote.
It's touch and go.
Touching quote.
Oh, touch and quote.
Keep your mind out of the gutter.
Touch and go means like you're dying, doesn't it?
I mean, I think
Get your mind out of the gutter, you freak. I feel like we've hit that point now in the podcast where we're goading each other to break the rule.
I've not swore yet, so it's all good.
Yeah, that's good. So yeah, at the moment you've got your monologue at the start, and I'm undecided what I want to open with. I feel like I'm gonna open with pain, as you know, but a different version where, well, I won't say it.
I mean, keep the surprise in there.
Yeah, I might not even open with it yet anyway. But you know the reason why I want to do one trick into the next. Like it's like a nice three trick during the course of the set. So if you do one at the start, it only makes right. Do one in the middle, one at the end. I don't know. But yeah, there's a few things. I've not even worked on scripts yet. I'll do the same script for paint. I'm going to do minimalism, but different. And there's that trick, colorblind.
That's a strong effect.
You've not seen it yet?
Is that the one you showed me?
No.
Oh, right. I thought I just.
Which one did I? Oh no.
I heard the name and I thought.
No. That's not colorblind.
The one I'm thinking of though is a really strong effect. It was quite surprising.
Is it the one you asked me to do to your mum as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's not colorblind, but yeah, that's definitely going in there. Because as well, it's not going to reveal too much to say we've got a theme. Obviously, inspiration or inspiring is the theme, but mine's creativity. So it's either inspiring people to create, they're actually going to create the magic. Something involving dice, which James likes the idea of, and it's got a mint kicker, that trick. That's got a top kicker. So yeah, everyone's going to have felt like they've created not only the ending, but the actual process of selecting a card. There's like a little weird game in the middle, like a weird game. And then at the end, they've created everything of this card trick, and it looks like it's come out of nothing. So hopefully they'll be going, wow, that's amazing. And we did that and not him. He's a conduit. And that was all us. But then also I want to do something at the end where it leaves a question hanging. And it's like, if we can do all this together here, under certain sort of parameters, what can you do with the unlimited parameters of your own mind?
It reminds me of a quote that I was meant to tell you about, but I didn't tell you.
Go on.
I seen it in work going upstairs, and it's on like this big poster above the first floor stairs, and it says, "People who can imagine have the ability to do anything."
What a weird quote.
That is the quote, and I thought it was quite powerful, to be quite fair. People who can imagine have the ability to do anything.
I don't know if I kind of clock that. I know the idea is if you can dream it, you can achieve it. Or to achieve, you gotta believe. So it's kind of the same thing of if you can think of something and put it into practice. But I don't really get that.
Well, to be fair though, we always tell. I was always told as a child, you can be whatever you want to be. So if you tell someone that, basically, we have as children, we would imagine we could be a firefighter, we could be a football player, we could go to space. And we was always told if you can imagine it, you can do it. So if you can, it's like a trick. You create your tricks, yeah? You're imagining that trick. And then you go out and create it.
Sometimes.
So I think it's quite a powerful quote, and
If
it
you
does
can
make
imagine
sense.
it, you can create. If you can imagine it, you can do it.
Yeah, if the people who can imagine have the ability to do anything. I think it's more of an inspirational quote rather than an actual.
Don't tell me you're putting that in your monologue or in the show.
No, I'm not, no, that's not going in there.
I'm only joking if it was anyway. I just don't get that. It's not
No,
cool for me.
It's not going in my monologue though. My monologue's great out.
Yeah. Never mind. So yeah, talking about deviating from the scripts, James. Talking about memes and stuff. So season 2 is underway in some shape or form. We're gonna do.
I think we handled this one quite well, to be fair.
We have. I don't know. Does it tell you like how long we're on here?
We've been on here for what looks like 30, going up to 37 minutes. So the first one was 45, I believe, or 40 minutes.
Well, that was about 15-20 minutes of technical issues. Yeah. So I'd call it about an hour, all in all.
Yeah.
So we've got the second show coming on. We've already started it. How much would you say you've got through your show? I would say mine's about 50%, only because I've got the tricks down. I just need to script them and present them correctly.
I'd say roughly about 45.
Okay.
Because I know like 99% of the tricks I've got in there. Obviously, is one or two that I need to rehearse.
Mm-hmm.
And one that obviously I told you that I've been road testing a little bit as they've been out. So that one's pretty much down. There's a few that I do need to go through what I'm actually going to do with them. And one that I've performed once, which I do need to try and work out a little bit more. Which is actually, surprisingly, a Christian Grace effect.
I was going to act surprise them, but
Yeah.
I wonder how you figured that out, James. I wonder how you heard about it.
I don't know, but yes, I'm actually looking forward to that one.
Have you not done anything with that Mark Lemon one?
I performed that quite a few times,
That'll go cool in a set.
No, I don't. Don't get me wrong, I love the effect, but if I was to look at the Mark Lemon one and the Christian Grace one, I feel the Christian Grace one will have the biggest impact.
Yeah, because you've got a sort of presentation for it anyway, haven't you? I think when you told me the presentation, I thought of that trick, so I was like, oh yeah, check this out. And he was like, perfect.
I did remember it once you showed me.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's two that are pretty much the same, isn't there?
What, with Christian Grace?
Or they're similar, for Christian Grace, because he's got the one where is an old guy, the younger guy.
No, that's Ross Taylor, I think. Best of Friends.
Yeah, Ross Taylor, yeah.
Yeah, the young guy is Ross Taylor, but yeah, it's where it's like a matching trick in it. I was actually going to do that for the show.
Was you?
Yeah, but it's I'm not going to mention the method. It's not my method, but it's not very practical for me anyway. And again, it'll be a tricky one to practice with yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
we might jam it out tomorrow.
Well. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, sure I wasn't talking, James. We might just jam it out tomorrow and see if it works, and if it does, I might actually put it in the set.
Yeah. What I was going to say was it's another thing that I've done as well, where a look behind the scenes here of the last set. I wasn't willing to make compromises with my effects, was I?
No.
I had to be straight down the middle. It was all or nothing. but now come to terms with the fact of, compromises sometimes have to be made. So obviously with the presentation for the Christian Grace effect, it's not everything that I wanted, but with a little compromise, I still get the same effect, just not as I would have wanted it to be.
Yeah. It is an interesting one for you that I've just picked up on here. So last time you talked about compromise, and we was talking about each other's character, like what we want to come across as on stage, and you were to be like serious, bangs, mentalism. Are you still going with that approach to this one, or are you opened up a little bit?
I feel in some aspects I need to get the actual point across of what I'm trying to say. I may need to dim the character down, but then I can be like light-hearted in other areas. I feel like watching myself back, I told you it was hard to watch.
It was it was a bit static, like one tone. But if you think as well, say like if obviously I wouldn't even say a character. I just me showing you a trick, right? But then if I was like, oh yeah, I've got this box full of Power Rangers, and then all of a sudden I go really serious, I think it'd hit more thinking, oh, 1 minute, like, it's not been like this, it's gone really straight now, do you know what I mean? Like, so like if you was to do that all the way through a show, it might just turn an audience off to a bit where they're going, oh, it's a bit too much. But then if you're a little bit light-hearted, and then at one point you need them to focus, they might pull that going, oh, 1 minute, like, whoa, shut up now, like, it's getting serious there, do you know what I mean? Like,
because I don't know if you've still got it in the video online, I just can't remember, where I'm doing Free Worlds of Rob, and he goes, yeah, does this t-shirt make me look fat? I'm like, no, boy, I've had a couple of drinks though.
Yeah, I think that's
like things like that, it came out sort of in it, I think that's just like, I wouldn't say I'm quick-witted.
It was quick though.
Yeah, but that's me, I'm not always quick-witted, but when something comes out like that, or I get the opportunity, I do say it, and I think I sort of relaxed at that moment. And then, obviously, when it came like to the next effect, I was like, oh, okay. But no, I do need to be not all the way one way, like, I need to bring the lightheartedness, I need to bring jokes, and obviously we have spoke about putting comedy moments into one of the effects.
Yeah, as much comedy as you can inject in something like that. You want people to have a good time. Do you know what I mean? Like, you want them to feel entertained, not spoke at or something like that. You know what I mean? Which is why the idea of mine is creativity. I want them to get involved. Do you know what I mean? And that's, you know what I mean? If you went to a show, or say that, what was that? Is it Unseen Room that we went to see?
I still have emotional scars from that one.
Right, okay, you have to get over that. You put a drink in your shoes to get over it. So, if we went there, I wouldn't say like, oh my god, it was like one of the first magic shows I've actually seen, like other than Darren Brown. Like, it was like, what would you call it? Independent, I suppose. Like, if someone actually made the show. I can literally count on one hand how many of those have been. And when I seen it, I don't think there was one card trick. There was.
I think there might have been,
No, I think I'm being that wrong. Oh, it was the one coin trick. I think it was. I think I mentioned it on the last podcast, which is no longer there. I think it was a coins. It didn't have a coin trick, or they might have had one card trick, something like that. And you look at it, and go, yeah, it's a nice variety. But I can't remember what I was going with that. Was it still the character and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I can't remember what I was going with it. Essentially, with the character, you'd find like a nice little balance, personally, of putting you into it, or if you are a total character, think of Piff the Magic Dragon or something like that. You'd have to commit 100%. So I don't think your character would have then said to Rob, oh, well, I've had a few pints or whatever. You know what I mean? He'd have come with some scathing remark or something, rather than a little light-hearted dig. Just depends like what you wanted it to do, or It's hard to explain, but I know
Yeah,
what I'm talking
basically,
about.
I just need to relax. It's basically what it is.
Yeah, if you relax, but then relaxation as well only come from knowing your stuff inside and out, and that'll be when you can turn your brain off and your hands do what they're supposed to do, and the words come out of your mouth because you're just used to it. You've read the scripts, you know them inside and out, and that's how you come so chill on stage because you know what you're doing. It's like if a singer or a song or a guitarist, if you'd learnt that song that day, depending on your skill level, I suppose, you might be like, oh no, I've got to play that song now. I can't remember all the notes or the chords and stuff. But then if you've been a week on it and you can blitz it, you're gonna be a lot more confident on it, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's not an excuse. I'm not excusing the fact I can't relax, but it was my first time doing a show in front of people, doing mentalism in
No, of
person.
course, yeah.
But again, if I'd learned all the tricks and scripted it,
Which
maybe it would have helped. Maybe it would have helped.
Yeah. And, don't know if I should say this, but we have a target date, don't we?
Are we tipping it?
I don't know. Shall we tip it?
I'll do it. Middle of October.
Oh yeah, I was going to say, or because we're supposed to be doing like monthly podcast tricks and then like a few once a week, once a fortnight or whatever, just to keep up with the progress of the show, we could have like made it sometime like December or something, like give us a few more months. But I reckon as long as we've got majority of the show in the second week in October, we said, didn't we? We could even do a podcast around that time and see how far or how on track we are, and it'll keep us what would you call it? It'll hold us to account.
Yeah, I mean we didn't stamp it down. We did say rough estimate and outline.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are looking for the middle of October.
Yep.
So it's June, July, August, September. It's 5 months.
Pardon?
Yeah, so I mean, a couple of months to do it.
Wow, yeah, I just noticed that. It's quite a while back. I'm there thinking like 2 months or something. Yeah, there you go. 5 months to do a show. Can you say we've already got trick selection near enough down? Just need to write a script for them, put them in a nice little order.
Yeah, I think I can do it in 5 months.
Yeah. Interesting.
So we've been on now for 50 minutes. Should we call it there?
We can call it. I don't think we've got anything else to say, have we?
No. So with the old line on that bombshell, we shall see you in the next one.
Have episode 2 or episode 1 of season 2, depending what this is.
Yeah.
Sayonara.
I shall see you later.
See you later, man.
I need to go to the toilet.
There's an outtake right there.